here. Everyone's watching right now and they're like, wait a minute, what the hell happened to Martin? He was gone for a few weeks. Oops. Martin's a lady. Right here. So we're going to wait for a few people to come on before we really start talking about anything here. So hurry the hell up. And if you're already here, hello. You're going to listen to some nonsense.
I'm sharing this to my mom's groups.
Oh. They're going to be like, oh, so that's the idiot that Lisa married. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. Okay.
So, if anybody is on...
You know, let me see. I should be...
And they hear some weird static, it's probably that we have our baby monitor on.
And they hear some weird static, it's probably that we have our baby monitor on. And they hear...
Nope.
Some weird static, it's probably...
We have an echo chamber.
We would turn that off.
Get that going. Alright, so people are starting to sign on. Like we're saying to anybody who's signing on, like, share, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, but we're going to be not really talking much. We're waiting a few more people to sign on. Let's retag this video so it makes sense. Live stream.
Is anybody on?
It said there was one or two. Sorry, guys. I am tagging up the video right now so that we can get more people watching here. Maybe if we get enough people, we could do a little quick giveaway. One baby.
She's really fun.
And we're going to jail. Like, oh, well, who's that knocking at our door this late at night for giving away a baby on a YouTube channel? Like a pair of idiots?
She's really cute right now, sleeping, I gotta tell you. I'm watching her in the monitor with that cute little face on. That sleeping face. It's just so relaxing.
Not her awake face. This is kind of what she's saying.
Crazy.
Almost done here.
One of the moms, Christy, was watching already. She liked your joke about you being an idiot.
Oh, well, I am. It is funny. It's yeah, that's right. I'm the grown-up, and that's all my toys.
See,
actually, that's all my toys.
So you all thought that Lillian was my first child. Not really true.
You knew what you were getting.
Mm-hmm. I signed up for this. He always says, I asked you.
I asked you twice.
I asked you twice. I asked you when I proposed, and I asked you on the altar. Which was, in our case, a stairway, but...
Got married in an alley. There's a rat. There's a weird stairwell flickering light. Alright. That's going to be enough. We'll see. That's all I feel like doing right now is what that really comes down to. What the hell? No. I want to create a thumbnail. I have a thumbnail.
Have you been back to that place yet?
Where's that?
To Roya, the place that it is now. So we got married at this place called Hot Tomatoes in New Haven. It was actually called... What was it called when we got married there? Downtown at the Taft.
I think it was.
It changed names a bunch of times in a row.
Like 10 times in a row.
And now it's called Roya, but they really renovated it. It's changed it a lot. But you haven't been there yet since they did it.
Nope.
It's really a cool place.
Very long time.
The background is that it was the ballroom of the Taft Hotel, which was in downtown New Haven, and it has like the ornate tin roofs and like chandeliers and stuff like that. And they kept some of that and made it a new restaurant, and that was when, like, the iteration about when we got married there.
Oh, so we had, while I was tagging up the video, we had Martin and Mal and a few others coming in. Yeah, we have 11 watching, so we might as well start. Thank you very much for hanging out. Hey, we got Chris who just signed in. We are 5Alive. I'm Bobby T.
And I'm Mommy T, Lisa.
So, did you think about that for a while? You're like, what am I going to call myself?
No, I thought about it
Lisa?
that second. So that's why I said both.
You just wanted to hedge your bets? So, I'm both. Now I'm going to make the shirt. You're forever Mommy T, Lisa.
Mommy T, Lisa.
They're going to turn it into something. You're going to be like Talessa or something like that.
No.
Oh, such an awful gaming tag.
No.
Oh, man, new gaming tag.
No, it's always Pink Esquire. Always.
Nope. No, don't give away your gaming tag online. What are you doing? Ignore what she just said. It's clearly your first time on a live feed on YouTube. You are about to get... Oh, the pictures of wieners you're about to see.
On Xbox?
Oh, yeah, especially Xbox.
I actually have no idea how to open a message on Xbox, so don't send them to me, because I'm not going to see them.
You know, it's funny. I went once on our... We have the Xbox upstairs, and I went into the account, and yours was on, and it said there was a message, but I was waiting for one for an update, so I was like, is that the message? And it was, yo, girl, what's your number? And I'm like, Lisa, what the hell's going on here?
For a while, I played GTA Online.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a girl character.
Yes.
So I got a ton of that.
Yeah, exactly, man. I got to do some editing in this video. Now I got to go beep some things out. Oh, no, Chris is saying that you're protected by the Russians, so you should be okay.
That's right. The Russians are my protectors for all the Sims downloads that I have.
Oh, man, those things are ridiculous. It really, the first time you were like, hey, my computer's running slow. I, opened up the computer, I'm like, well... After 45 minutes of, waiting for a startup on an old Dell. Let's see. Oh, your computer committed suicide about a month ago.
Sims is not really fun unless you are downloading content. So, Sims is probably my favorite game ever. Because it is essentially my favorite element of every other game that I like to play, which is the creating character.
Just create a character. It's a giant creative character.
It's kind of like playing dolls. Right? But I get to, make this new version, but then you just consistently do it over and over again.
So you gotta bring in Russian hackers.
Well, they don't.
And now the NSA just busted into our house.
So you download all this custom content because it's way better than the stuff that they make that comes out with it.
True.
And then over time,
you melt your computer. And then you put it on a new computer to thus melt the new computer. It really, we have a pile of laptops that I guarantee were good computers at one point, but then just Sims. Wow. So, let us dive in. We got 11 people watching. It's pretty awesome, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. We're going to be talking Toy Fair. We have a few other things, some stuff that our daughter is in love with that we actually like ourselves. And I have some Knights of the Slice here, too. So, Chris's favorite game genre is dating sims. Oh, boy. Hey, boy. So,
actually, I have one. Well, it's not really a dating sim, but it's it's like a choose your own adventure.
That's a mobile game, right?
Yeah, it's a mobile game. It's called Choices Choices.
I remember that. You were showing me that game.
And it's you remember the choose your own adventure novels that were really fun when we were younger. It's
not last week.
It's like that, but it's kind of animated. It has images of the characters and there's backgrounds and stuff, and you choose your responses. And there's one that's your classic trope of on a quest to get things done so you can earn your inheritance kind of thing.
Okay. So the Brewster's Millions.
Yeah, there's a college age one.
So, jumping into toys, we have a lot of things. Right now it's actually pretty hot. We had showed this last week on the live show. I did do some work on this one, on the series. These are the Glyos figures from Just Toys International. It has the Glyos logo on there, and they have the Glyos joints. So, I absolutely love this figure, not just, again, because I'm tied to it, but because this thing is just awesome. It really is. For those who don't know, the Glio system is a universal series of joints that you can use on different action figures. So in this case, these are 4-inch action figures that are related to Knights of the Slice, not only because Jesse had something to do with it, but because where the joints are, the style of joint, and the size of the figure match up so that you can interchange these things. So pretty basic package. Actually gives you a good picture of all 4, and what I actually like on the side is it has the white line drawing on the side, like a diagram of it, so I thought that was really, really cool. So, putting that next to a Vector Knight, they're roughly the same size, and I can actually now take oh, that's weird. They're backwards. Interesting.
Tricky.
Ooh, we'll have to get some double-sided Glyos joints, because it would be really cool to put that there.
You could almost make
but you can't because
your half-in armor.
Yeah, interesting. So that's interesting. They're backwards, and I remember Martin had mentioned that the elbow joint was actually backwards too. But these are going to be at GameStop here in America for $9.99. I'm assuming they're going to be at EB Games and some of the other gaming outlets owned by them over in Canada, because there's still EB Games in Canada. It's not GameStop.
Really?
Yeah. It'd be funny if you go up there and there's like a Babbage's. An electronics boutique. Oh, man.
I do remember EB. And then I remember all the EBs were taken over by GameStops, and there was 2 GameStops in every mall.
Yeah, in our Waterbury Mall, we had 3 or 4 game stores all within 50 feet of each other. There was EB Games, there was GameStop, then downstairs there was FYE, right. And then there was FYE Games, and you both sell games. Stupid.
Half the mall.
Just, yeah, and it was that half of the mall, and then the other half is where you just go to die. So, Jesse with Knights of Slice did just do a new drop. 2 of the regular Knight figures are the Gamma Guy figure, which is a basic Knight body with the GG on the front there. He actually has clear forearms, feet, and eyepieces. Basic orange for his embellishments, and then green for the base body. Really good figure. I really dig that. And then this is the Vector armor of the improved Rebel Knight. And in all of these, when you do get the order from Jesse, you will end up getting these cards, and it'll be cards that explain what is going on with the figure. So that card has a comic book on it. And so this explains, Rebel gets destroyed, but these other Vector Knights, Nothing Knight comes, and he resurrects him, and they give him the set here. Gamma Guy needs the suit to kind of contain himself. Just really cool. I love the comic book aspect of it.
Are these the ones you picked up at that opening last week?
No. I ended up at the opening just picking up these. These in particular, I actually got from Jesse quite a while ago, but I wasn't supposed to ever show them. And then I accidentally showed them 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, oops. No. But what I did just get, most recent drop from this week, and this will be the first time it actually comes out, is the new Teal Knight from, this was my Valentine's Day gift, actually. So I got the Teal Knight from 1,000 Toys and Knights of the Slice. This one I really do love. Mostly because I love the color teal. I'm a Sharks fan. I really want to pull this out and paint it. But then I'm like, no, this is a really expensive action figure. I don't want to screw with this. It's also really
Especially to make it the Sharks. I mean...
Hey, they were in the Stanley Cup. Give me a break, right? I can finally say that. That's an awesome figure. I really do love it, though. It's a piece of art. I've never seen... And I'm not just saying it because friends are involved in it. This is gorgeous. I was just talking to Mike, and he was saying... We kind of agreed that this is where Figma is nice, but falls apart, and is expensive. SH Figure Arts is very nice, but kind of can be rigid sometimes. Not really that kind of durable. This thing is durable and high detailed.
How many points of articulation? It looks like a lot.
All of them?
It looks like quite a lot.
Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome. I love that it has the interchangeable hands and then the two heads, the Jesse and Nikki heads.
I was gonna say, am I looking at a head of my friend in a box?
That's Jesse in a box right there. He's our Gwyneth Paltrow right now. So, one thing I do really, really love from the Knights is the Death Knight. Not only that gunmetal that he's got on top of him, but just when you get him, you end up getting this, which is, and I'll put up some pictures on the Instagram. It is a cape. It's this torn up, shredded cape. So you get a cool mixed media piece. And then this is the Brick Knight. This was the first one that had come out. That's just the red one. That's Nick. So green is supposed to, or lime for that matter, is supposed to be out pretty soon. I think like a month and a half. So, we have Mommy T's watching herself over here on TV.
I wanted to see if anybody was on.
Can you see it over here?
Not really. I can't really see what I want to see anyway. So.
Where does one pick up those figures? Okay, so for these 1,000 Toys figures, you go to, I believe it's 1000toys.jp. You can also search Knights of the Slice. Jesse does store drops, and then there's limited availability on a lot of these things. I'll do a quick little search here while we ask Mommy T, what are you playing?
I'm playing Skyrim, of course. I'm deep in my second run through Skyrim.
Are you officially in the level 60? Is that the level cap, or what's the level cap?
I don't think there is a level cap from what I understand, but I mean, at some point, it's really hard to level up because if you've leveled up all your skills, you're not really getting the points to really level up.
Okay.
But I think I'm a level 60 right now, but it's playing through a little bit differently. First time I played through, I was almost all magic. So this time through, I'm kind of doing more like fighting with like swords or great swords.
Well, I came into the room one night and you were throwing a tomato around. You were getting mad at me too because apparently I was.
You were standing in the way.
Interrupting you. I don't know.
My tomato in the air. I was trying to level up a skill where your power is telekinesis, so that I could level up to a next level to get another skill tree. So I was just using a tomato to toss because
yeah, I come in the room like, what are you doing right now? So in the chat, I just threw in the link to 1000toys.jp. They also have the synth figure, which comes in clear, and then like a I don't know how to call it, like almost the Super Nintendo gray. With like a little bit of a darker gray on top of that. Reminds me a lot of iRobot, everything that's awesome about iRobot.
Yeah. Especially
the Will Smithy parts, where he's like, I'm gonna get out my classic sneakers, and it's like a pair of like... what were they? They were Chuck Taylors, but they were leather, because that's what all awesome dudes do. Well, everything's leather.
That whole style of that whole movie was so ridiculous.
All of it. But the robot was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So this figure is very much like that. It's just so it's called the new synth body. They make a lot of really good stuff. One thing I do want to pick up is the Boss Fight Studios is making a Bucky O'Hare figure. They just did a chocolate variant. So it looks like the whole thing is brown chocolate. But then the eyes... But then the eyes look like the eyes that you get on like an Easter bunny. So he's painted like an Easter bunny. It looks so cool.
Okay. I can't picture it.
Oh, sorry, Mel. Yeah, dude, it's just 1000toys.jp. It might error out. It's a Japanese website. I have it here on the computer, but, mobile phones, you don't know. So, playing-wise, I've just been playing a lot of mobile games for the most part. It's just kind of always running around, and I don't sit down to play the games. Like, I want to play WWE 2K18, and it's in the Xbox. It's ready to go. The load time between things is so much that I can't play it. Because I spend more time sitting there in the damn load scene.
Why is it taking so long to load?
Well, I mean, we have a launch Xbox. It's not exactly...
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure if we put it up on the One X, it would be blazing.
Are you playing it on the R2D2 one?
No, that's an Xbox 360. The R2D2 with the C3PO.
You're playing it. Oh, okay.
On our original Xbox One.
I thought it was an Xbox 360 game for some reason.
No, 2K18 is Xbox One.
Of course.
Duh. This one. So, you reading anything?
Well, I don't really read anything.
Okay. I make fun of Mommy T quite a bit for this one. She's a audiobook listener. I know a lot of people. This is a sore spot for some people.
It's not for me. I love audiobooks. There is... Look, I spend a lot of time in my car.
That is true. You don't want to be that person who's like driving down the... I've seen that really person. I have seen a person in Boston, no less, driving with a book. And
that
it's like, dude, are you out of your damn mind?
Because that would have worked out better for him. But,
Yeah, Mal Wise saying the 2K18 runs super slow on PC too. It's just bad design. It is. It's so chunky and it takes forever. I just want to go back and play 2K16 because I know the damn thing works.
Well, that's... Going back to The Sims, one of the things that really does happen when you download too much junk is that every time you go to load a different place or whatever, it really takes forever. Back when I was in law school, I used to turn it on, do my homework, and then
seriously, and then jump into the game. So hey guys, remember, do like, share, and subscribe. Hit that like, help us out. If we reach 20 viewers at a time, I do believe we will give away this Knights of the Slice Super 7 crossover. It is the Horde Falcon Firefight. This is an awesome set. This was a New York Comic Con exclusive. So we get 20 people. So go tell your friends to come watch the damn show, and they'll win something. All right. So, reading-wise, this was in Loot Crate DX. This thing is awesome. It's a visual history of the Dark Crystal. I love the cover because it's like the matte, and then it has the embossed portions.
I haven't seen that. When did you get
it? Someone clearly doesn't watch the channel. So, see, Stardew feels like the spiritual successor to Harvest Moon. I've not played Harvest Moon in a very, very long time. So anyway, this is this awesome book. It came with the DX, and it's really thick, actually. It's got more stuff than I've ever seen about this movie, but a lot of original sketches and stuff. Just been kind of like thumbing through this, trying not to do it in the bathroom, trying to be like a normal human being and read a book not in the bathroom.
Seen you read it, so you must be reading it in the bathroom?
No, I mostly read it down here when you're playing Skyrim. I'm reading Jim Henson books. So, found some pretty awesome toys. I've been going through a lot of the toys down here in the arcade. And, yeah, maybe if we did more Skyrim videos, Lisa would watch our stuff here.
I realize nobody plays Skyrim anymore. You do not have to make Skyrim videos.
No, a lot of people still play Skyrim. Are you kidding me? You just gotta play it on PC. It's the console is where...
But I want it on that VR thing.
But the thing, honestly, Lisa... You would love it on PC because it's a hacker's dream. Like, it's
That's
every
exactly
kind of everything. Yeah, it really is. Like, well, we can't act like anything is safe at this point, no matter what you have. So, but I did find those. It's Q and the Ferengi from the Series 1 of the Galoob series of Star Trek Next Generation. These were only made for, like, I think 1 or 2 series. I love these figures so much. And this is back when we were supposed to be afraid of Ferengis.
Right, but they were
remember
still
like that first season, they were just like, yeah. That's really, I just saw myself do it in the picture. That is exactly what that is exactly what they did.
What always bothered me about the Ferengis would be that they were just so perverty.
They were. Oh my god, they were the worst.
Just creep shows.
Yeah, no, they're really just kind of the worst. And then they only got more cringy as time went on. They never really improved. Even when you'd see like the future and there's like an ensign driving the ship and he's a Ferengi ensign, you're like, I bet you're a scumbag. Well, I bet you.
I mean, one of the biggest scumbag characters is
oh, hey, Doots is on. How you doing, Doots?
Quark from
Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine. Yeah.
Come on, nerd.
Oh, sorry.
Off the show.
But, talk about a scumbag. Like,
he's the ultimate scumbag.
How many times did the station get raided because of him? I mean,
well, and then what's even worse, like, the station would get raided and he'd totally sell out his cousin.
Exactly.
Like, immediately he's like, I'll take it for 6 bars of gold pressed Latin. It's like, bro, 6 this time?
And then, on the other side, you have the whole way they talk about them in Star Trek Next Generation, where, like, they have, like, the naked weddings and...
Oh, yeah, no, it's all weird. It's all weirdness.
Oh, no,
no,
they're
that's
not the naked weddings.
The naked weddings are...
Bajorans.
No.
The betas.
The Betazoids, thank you very much. Because Lex Swan of Troy gets married, and he doesn't want to do... No, I digress. So, alright, so one thing that I really do like, and our daughter loves this too, is the I Am Elemental set. We had brought this out, back on episode 2 or 3 of the live show. Never really talked too much about it. These figures, so this is series 2. It's the Wisdom box set. Each character embodies a different core value of wisdom, and then they have like a different ability that goes around that. So there's mystery, oblivion, exploration, and curiosity. So you get this in it. You get these really great workbooks. I just make photocopies of them because our daughter just like colors all over everything at this point. So anyway, you get this awesome book of just, it's a wisdom workbook with logic games and different things like that. Our daughter's only 2, but look, every book is a kid's book if the kid can read, right? I mean,
she's not playing the logic games.
She's not playing the logic games, but point is
but there's some coloring pages in here too.
Yeah, there's some coloring stuff.
There's mazes that she likes to color on, stuff like that.
Oh, there's a head that she clearly ripped off. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris had probably ripped it off and is gonna blame it on her. Jerk face. We know it was you. So, Baka Pop. So yeah, these are really awesome figures, and they do actually have the hole in the foot. I don't know if any of the holes on our stage here. No, they're all too big here. The pegs are too big. But some of these are just awesome. I really love this one, which is actually the one without the head, naturally.
That's not in there?
No, and it's not in here. Oh God, who even knows at this point? So, because if anyone has a loose head for I Am Elemental they'd like to send over to us, please do. Our daughter ripped it off and we don't know where it's at. And I can't clearly stand up an action figure to save my life now.
Lily can stand those up.
She's very good at that, actually, yes. See, what's really good right now, this feels good to be able to put toys on the table, because when Martin's here, he's like, ooh.
He grabs him up. I've seen these before.
Yeah, you've seen them before, I guess, that is true. So, Martin, speaking of, we may have to have an intervention for him. Every day I'm getting a text from him saying, hey, dude, check out these Marvel Legends I just picked up. I picked up 3 of this for this. But it's like every day. I think we have to sit him down and be like, we love you.
We love you. You can't buy so many toys.
And this is coming from me. So you get these chips, and there's a little hoop on the back, and there's a bracelet that comes with it. So in the workbook, there's things that you're kind of under the gun too, trying to stand them up. So these things happen. But one thing that I do like about that is Chris said he snuck in and took all the heads off. So one thing is it comes in the tin box. And we've actually kind of adopted that into the other things that we have, which will be a little nerd parent advice thing. If you go to places like Five Below, the Dollar Spot at Target, some spots in Walmart.
And the puzzle department. A lot of puzzles come.
Yeah, a lot of puzzles will come in these tin toy boxes that are, they're tin like lunch boxes. They're all usually about the same size, and they're all of a licensed thing. If your kid likes something, there's probably a box for it. So we've got
we found pretty much everything.
Peppa Pig and Cars and PJ Masks, Trolls. So there's one for everyone. And I Am Elemental kind of started that for me. I was like, wow, it makes sense to have it all in one thing. And when I say to her, go grab your pony, she grabs the pony box out. They line up on a shelf nicely. It's a really kind of a good little trick.
Remember we got that vintage Sesame Street one?
Yeah, I found a Sesame Street. That was the first one.
That was.
I found that at the Goodwill around the corner, and she carried it everywhere. and would like be so excited to open up and just put all her
So little
Sesame
then.
Street stuff. And yeah, geez, that was like a year ago. And we're like, so it was so long ago, my baby. So, yeah, that's one thing I really did like about this. So get out there and check these out. We found these on Amazon actually. A set of seven, eight. I think it's 8 figures total. Actually, no, it's 7 figures total. Came out to $32 after shipping.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane just for figures.
A lot of like extras. It's got a cool theming.
Yeah, well, at like $4.50 per figure for a fully articulated, like indie toy, basically, you know, and it's ball jointed knees. They took the tact of G.I. Joe and Star Wars somewhere around 2008, 2009 were at their peak for 3 3/4. I don't know why they started to scale it back, but it was as good as they had ever been, and I feel like these are kind of the embodiment of that time, knowing that Jesse was involved in this. Jesse loves Star Wars action figures from about 2005 to 2009. So we were just talking, going back and forth with one of the creators of I Am Elemental, and she was saying that, you know, Jesse really did help out and was there to kind of help guide her hand. And it's funny because it's like, I have a funny feeling he was like, hey, check out the knee joint from this Star Wars figure. Hey, it worked. It's beautiful. I love it. So whoever's idea these were, beautiful. Because
I love the color combos. I love the styling of their outfits.
So
like,
the elbow joint is, so it's a regular, it'll go this way, but then it's a peg joint here. So it kind of actually works almost like a ball joint to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Where you can get a lot of movement out of it. But it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Well, in
8,
general, they just all
9
really
point of
have...
articulation, and the head is a ball joint. So
even like their solid pieces have a lot of movement in them. Like, look at this scarf, how it's like,
it's beautiful.
In the wind, it's cool.
They did such a good job on these. I really do love them. And then Tentacle Arm, which is still one of my favorites. I love the sculpting on the Tentacle Arm, and I've seen some people they've made castings of this and then used them for Knights of the Slice customs. So yeah, because it's just such a cool piece. So let's see. We talked about that. Well,
I didn't actually talk about what I am reading.
What are you reading? What are you listening to?
So I just recently finished Artemis, which is the
one where you blast your nips.
No.
Every time I hear Artemis, that's all I think about. I
hate that show.
Oh, but I love Artemis.
Artemis is the latest book by the same writer as The Martian. I cannot think of his name right now.
Andy Weir.
And this latest book is a female lead, and she is she's kind of like a rogue smuggler type.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on...
So who you want to be in real life?
In real life.
Okay.
But she's on the first space station on the moon. But it's kind of like a more realistic space station on the moon. Like, it's not a like Star Trek space station.
Yeah, it's more like, I would say, like Total Recall.
Right. You know, kind of like The Martian. Like, it talks about some of the sciencey stuff, like how the walls are built, you know, what happens if you're out in space kind of stuff, what the surface of the moon is like.
Eyes pop out of your head like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you're like, ah! And then that's Mars.
So it's kind of like there's cool things in it. Like, they talk about how the whole space station runs under a lower gravity than Earth, and people who live there for too long really can't go back to Earth. So if they get deported, then it's like really a big thing.
That'd be crazy. You'd get to Earth and feel like you weighed 9,000 pounds. Like, your body would just be all atrophied.
One of the characters that's in it was disabled on Earth in a car accident. And so moving there kind of gave her like a whole new life because she's able there.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And, you know, it has a cool feel to it. There's sort of like a heist kind of thing going on.
The one thing that they said would never happen in Grand Theft Auto 5. No heist.
It has a lot of cool elements, and it's a really good story. I loved it a lot. And other book that I want to talk about is...
Oh, Sonia Sinwell saying, "Oh, I want to read or read/listen to that. No spoilers. So don't spoil anything.
I didn't spoil
spoiler.
anything. I gave some little background info.
Spoken like a true spoiler.
It's really not a spoiler.
Spoiled.
Really, really, really.
All
I
right.
promise. Other really cool book on Audible is, I'm sure it's a book too, is Version Control, and I actually read this a little while ago, but I remember talking to you about it. It's this woman whose husband owns is a scientist working on a time machine, and how, like, if it works, if it's actually not working, she can't tell what version of her life she's living in.
Ah, that's pretty cool. I like that idea.
It is really cool, and
I've always liked just time travel in general.
Yeah, it's a really cool one because has a different perspective than those.
You would never know it was working because it would always just be what you've always known. Makes sense. A little Back to the Future. You know how she would know? She'd be playing a guitar at a high school prom, and her hand would start to disappear. I think everything is Back to the Future.
It's kind of like has a butterfly effect feel to it, where like...
I love that movie. I don't care what anyone says. If Martin was here, he'd shit all over that. Martin, I don't care. Butterfly Effect was actually a good movie. Look, Butterfly 2, 3, 4, I can't speak to. Yeah, but that first one was actually pretty good. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
I liked the first one. Although it got weirdly dark at times, but... I didn't really like that as much.
Kriza just said that he read an awesome news article about a poacher that got ate by lions while he was trying to hunt them in South Africa. Yeah, that's awesome. That's just good. That's just good. I love it. So, what are you listening to?
I'm listening to podcasts, mostly.
That's usually what ends up getting said at this table. Unless Chris is here and he's like, I'm listening to this band and that band. And I'm like, I'm listening to a podcast where they describe farts.
I'm listening to the music CD from our music class with our daughter. So if you want to talk about...
preschool songs. Gotcha. I like it.
Lukey's Boat. But what I'm really into right now is kind of like audio dramas. So similar to like a podcast in general, because it's episodic like that, but it's acted out. So there's different characters, different voice actors, and there's some really good ones. The one I'm just started is called Rabbit, and it's kind of like about augmented reality games, and someone goes missing. So it's told like someone doing a true crime podcast.
All right, I like that.
But it's got this augmented reality game running through the background of the...
Well, let's see. You haven't watched Black Mirror because it's just a soul-wrenching experience. But there is an episode about...
to that sort of thing.
Yeah, there's an episode about augmented reality and the concepts that like you can build it into somebody and they can access it to play games, but they would be doing it like sitting in a chair or whatever. So
right.
How would you test that and how would that go? And it's one of the better episodes, but it's terrifying as always because that's what that show's made to do, is make you poop your pants. So
I can't watch that show.
Don't worry, you won't just poop your pants. You'll be crying the entire time because they're gonna like make you remember the death of an animal that when 2 years old, and it's like, oh, here's how you access that awful memory. Yeah, it's awful. It's great, but it's awful. Here we go. See, Krista with the music. He says he's listening to a UK hardcore band called Arms Race. They got a real old school sound. Awesome. So just, I'm assuming punk. Hardcore. Yeah, so. Yeah, I haven't been listening to too much music. I always, honestly, been listening to Thin Lizzy. I'm taking advantage of the fact that our daughter currently likes it.
She likes it.
So I can now listen to it without her just sitting in the back seat trying to, like... she will, like, block her ears, like I will see her on some stuff. But honestly, it's funny because, like, the heavier the metal, the more she likes it, it seems like lately. So
it's funny. She's really funny.
She likes Emerald too, Martin. It's an awesome song. Shut up. Don't crap on Thin Lizzy. They roll.
No, I mean, look, it's great, but she is really funny about what she likes and how she reacts to other stuff. sometimes you'll be singing. She's like, no, not this one.
No. I like when a song's done, you start singing. She's like, no, just no. Like, you shut up. Oh, it's the best. So, Hasbro Toy Fair. Let me actually gotta pull some pictures up because there was a lot. We're gonna talk about Toy Fair real quick here. Has anybody here seen anything that they really have liked so far? Because it has been everywhere. I have videos that I just cannot get out enough or fast enough. You're laughing because of the amount of things I have in my computer?
I'm laughing because... Okay. A lot of the images Bob has are for the wrestling.
Well, yep, wrestling and other stuff, yep.
And so when I looked over, it was just a bunch of shirtless dudes. And I was like,
well,
what
yeah.
is in your computer, Bob?
Stevie Ray, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Street Fighter, Superman, Tailspin. Oh, The Gate, the 1980s movie about summoning demons.
Lovely.
Yeah, oh, totally awesome. Yeah, no, my computer has a lot of the craziest stuff in it right now. But let's see. Toy Fair. Jesus, I downloaded a lot of pictures because I now remember it's over here. So there's going to be a Captain Rex Star Wars Black figure in 6-inch. I'm very excited for that. But it's the regular Rex. It's the young Rex, not old Rex. Old Rex is what I want because I look like old Rex. Pretty much it's like what I'm going to be once this all goes gray.
It needs a little bit of a repaint to be you because it needs to be darker hair.
It needs a little bit darker, and yeah, it has a gray beard. So I need a fully gray beard. So we'll start with the regular Black Series stuff. There's going to be a Porg 2-pack that's being announced. That's going to be in the 6-inch scale, the Star Wars Black scale. Those I'm assuming are going to be $20 because there are 2 of them. They're barely articulated.
Small,
I know they're going to be so little and so dumb, but they're going to be $20. I just know it. Because why the hell not?
They shouldn't be.
They absolutely should not be, but they will be. So, and we'll skip past that real quick. So there's a Rey that's coming out. I like a lot of the mixed media figures that they're doing. This Rey is the Rey that's going to have the gear where she goes to find Luke Skywalker. So she's going to come with a lightsaber. She's going to come with all those things. I really like the pants that she comes with. It's the 3/4, like the capri, but with the moto knees. So also in that line is the Rex. That's my favorite. I've loved him in the show. Episode 5 of... It's season 1, episode 5. I can't remember the name of the episode all of a sudden. I think I've watched that episode of Clone Wars about 1,000 times. It's the 4 new recruits being Fives and just let's see, Fives, Echo, Cody's in that one, Rex is in that one. It's just the whole gang is in there. Heavy is in that one. And Rex, this giant worm, comes out, and everyone's freaking out, and Rex just, like, pulls out his gun and, like, cool as shit, just, like, shoots it right in the eye, puts it in his pocket, it falls to the ground, and Echo's just kind of like, dude, what the hell? And he went over and he took the blue blood and he smeared it onto Echo's chest. That's why Echo has that on his chest and carries it throughout all of his armors, because Rex did that on the day that they fought the giant worm thing. So, really awesome. They're going to re-release the Stormtrooper, which is always good. Everyone always wants the Stormtrooper. I don't think there's enough times you can release this, especially because the price never goes down. They're always $20.
And all the army builders.
Army builders. That's exactly what it is. I mean, I have a couple bootleg ones because I wanted to see the difference in them. There is a difference, I promise you. Don't. They are garbage. It's the joints. The joints are usually frozen, and then the black is sprayed on badly.
The blacks or the 5-inch?
No, these are the 6-inch Star Wars black ones. So then we're going to get Zuckuss, which is another one I'm excited for. Forlom. Forlom is a droid, assassin droid / bug dude. He's of the original bounty hunters that go out to find Han Solo. So he's been missing, so has Dengar and Zuckuss are the 3 that we haven't been able to see, because they made IG-88, Boba Fett, and Bosk, but never these. So now we're going to get to finally the 6 bounty hunters.
That's cool.
Grand Moff Tarkin coming with the interrogation droid, which is another really great one, especially for diorama builders, because with the 40th anniversary Leia, which comes with the white dress, the one that
Yeah.
our daughter has that absolutely loves.
In the baby bag currently.
Which I got at Walgreens for $4.99, 75% off. So check your Walgreens still that those deals are going on. We got, I was just telling Mommy T here that we picked up some Mr. Potato Heads. They were marked $4.29. They came out to 43 cents a piece when I got to the register. They're normally $15 per.
But they were 90% off the clearance price.
They were 66% or 70% off or something like that. Then they were marked to that price, and then it was 90% off the marked price. So they were 43 cents a piece.
That's nuts.
So I got for less than $1. Me and Martin were joking about it last week. We said on our Patreon, which by the way, patreon.com/5AliveVP. If you give us the $1, you're going to be surprised at what we can do. We're going to come back with something crazy. I got 2 Mr. Potato Head plates. It's $30 worth of stuff for $1.
My friend Sonia said she's really excited about the Great Hall for Lego.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. I like it.
It seems really cool.
It's huge though. That's just like that the Disney Castle.
One of the moms in our group has that.
The Disney Castle?
Yeah.
We have the advantage of a friend who works there. We won't mention his name because it may get him in trouble, but we may have to take advantage of that discount because
it seems really cool.
It's so cool.
And I was watching something about it, how each room has like a different story in it. Mm-hmm. So like there's the Rose from Beauty and the Beast in one room, and like there's the spinning wheel in another room, and
it's like so good. Like everything about it is amazing. So go over to the chat here because we've got a couple things that came in. Martin talking about how many Marvel Legends he has been taking in, which really is ridiculous. First off, Thin Lizzy's awesome. It's not terrible taste, Martin, and you suck. He says I'm transferring my terrible taste to my daughter.
Thin Lizzy's great.
The Atomic Blonde chase is pretty nice for the new Pops. We'll jump into the Pops here in a minute after we do the Star Wars. The new black costume Daredevil from Marvel Legends looks awesome, and I love that it's the Casada style, where it's got the zippy baton piece. So
did we mention the Thundercats?
Yeah, well, that actually did come up in the chat here. So there is a ton of new Funko Pops. We are definitely getting into that. And the WWEs, there's new WWE figures coming in. I'm going to be doing a video on the new Mattel WWEs and the other stuff from Pop, because I did an all Disney episode, because it's crazy. Like, they still got to do those rides of rides. Listen to our damn episode. Yeah, Funko Savage World Thundercats is what it is. That's the Savage World. They are in the scale and style of the original He-Man. I love it. It looks so perfect. Well,
you showed me the picture of it earlier. Mm-hmm. And it just looks like what I remember the cartoon looking like.
Well, that's the thing, because the original figures didn't have that look to them. Yeah. The original figures were like taller and thinner. They weren't as like muscled out. Right. So it is cool to see them muscled up like that, and then in the style of He-Man. I really like it. And the Sub-Zero, there's the Mortal Kombat stuff, which I use to customize to make other stuff. Right. So really, really good stuff. Yeah, Build-A-Figure Sauron does look pretty awesome. That line looks good. So to go back to Star Wars in that line, so we got the Tarkin. Filling in more of the bounty hunters, there's Dengar. He looks like a mummy wrapped in toilet paper, but he's awesome in his assassin droid gear or whatever the hell he's got going on. I love it. We have DJ from Episode 8. I like this figure not just because it's a great Benicio del Toro head, but because on top of everything, as a customizer, that body is beautiful. It has everything that you would need. It's a jacket, it's a t-shirt, it's pants.
There's a lot of different things you can
very
do with that.
Plain, and it has some really cool accents. So customizers, look out for that one. They're going to release a Jawa. The Jawa was originally only available as the retro in this scale, so now to have it in the regular black box. The Rebel Trooper from Episode 4 with the white bucket hats and the vests. I think this is another one. Very plain figure you could do a lot with. And then my favorite from the line is the Lando Calrissian as the bounty hunter from Return of the Jedi. He's got that awesome-ass glaive and the removable helmet. Love removable helmet.
Pretty excited about the Lando
The Donald Glover Lando? Okay, so we're gonna that is kind of coming up next. See, as I hit the button, it's like next. So I wish we
I
had
don't
the
even mean the toy. I just mean in general.
In general, he's the best. No, he really is the best.
I'm excited about that.
What I really wanted in the end, I really wanted him as Spider-Man. I think he'd make the best Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But no, him as Lando. Are you kidding me? And then the look they have on all the stuff they've done, and Gentle Giant. I just got the Gentle Giant press packet, and the I Am Elemental stuff too. We're gonna do a video on that. But in it, there is stuff for the Han Solo movie, and it's gorgeous. It's Gentle Giant. You look at it, it's just drooling because it's 3D systems. They're so beautiful. So this line for these guys is going to be. This is for the Han Solo film. Yeah, Atlanta looks amazing. Atlanta is amazing. You didn't watch the first season, though, did you?
I've
With
seen
Don Glover?
like parts of episodes, so I've seen how he is in it, and I think he's pretty awesome in general.
Holy shit! Martin just said you can make Finster from The Usual Suspects using that Benicio del Toro head and like a regular suit body.
That'd be cool.
Gonna flip you. Oh man, now I'm excited. All right, cool. That's awesome. Well, I'm gonna have to find that. One of the things, we'll call this the Deal Hunter portion of this, and I was saying this to Mommy T earlier. I haven't bought a not Marvel Legends. I'm sorry, a Star Wars Black figure in a while, and it's because they drop so fast, and then you see which ones are going to be the cheap or the more expensive ones. But even then, they're only going to be $30 or $35. So you look at, okay, you're spending $15 more than regular retail on one figure.
Like they go through this phase where they're all 60, 75.
And well, exactly, they do. That's usually when they first come out, and then they're really kind of hard to get.
They're really hard to find right away.
Right away, usually, yeah. That's why I always get pre-sales on these things.
Yeah.
So, but what ends up happening now is all the figures drop to like between $6 and $10 on Amazon. So then I look at it and I go, well, I can get the whole series where 6 of the 7 figures are going to be under $10 and one figure is going to be $10 more. Okay, like still saved a ton of money on the line. It's happening every line that they're making now. It's getting a little annoying, actually. Yeah, he'll flip you for real. Go back and watch it. Yeah, it is really that good. It's pretty phenomenal. So, these figures look spot on. I really can't complain with any of them. They look really great. The Lando is my favorite. I think the action on the face, the way they've been posing him and all of the press stuff is kind of like that laid back, like kind of hand on the hip. He's playing it perfect.
It's like he's made for it.
It's like his entire life he's thought Lando Calrissian was the coolest dude in the galaxy.
Kind of like it, yeah.
So, hey, the Battle of Tanab will do that for you. So, the other thing that's available in this line is the Trooper that they're going to be releasing with it is pretty amazing. He's, what did they call him? I just lost it. Fortress Trooper. Anyway, he's got, going back to the mixed media, he has the furry waistcoat and a big furry collar. They're going to be in a snow planet or something to that effect. But the boots.
The boots are cool.
The boots are awesome. They're
very,
just
blocky.
Yeah, like mechanical. They almost look like Cherno Alpha from Pacific Rim. The first Pacific Rim has a certain blockiness to it. Oh, I love it. You shut up.
There's a new one coming out, and he's like,
Pacific Rim 2. I'm getting so excited. Look,
you know what? It's just not a good movie.
It's not. I never claimed that it was a good movie. When did I say it was a good movie?
I mean,
never. I said, okay,
it's the best.
Hold on a minute.
Kind of
We had a friend. He had terminal cancer. All this. He says to me, "Wait, what movie should I watch?" I said, "Look, Pacific Rim is awesome." I said, "It is robots versus monsters. That it's so perfect. The fighting is cool. Robots versus monsters." He watches the video and comes back. He's like, "That movie sucks so hard. The plot didn't make sense. The characters weren't developed." I said, "Whoa, slow down. When did I ever promise any of these things?" Because within the same sentence, he goes, "Oh, but that one fight in Hong Kong is pretty awesome." Like, yeah, duh. That's what I told you was going to be.
That's what it was. You're watching it for.
That's what you're watching it for. So
it's definitely not acting or plot line or...
See, Martin agrees with me. Was it giant robots fighting monsters? Then shut up. That's it.
Check.
Yeah, it's Idris Elba in a giant monster in a robot, and he's like punching a thing in the face, and then rockets. We're good. We're good.
There it is.
And the next one's got John Boyega in it. Finn from Star Wars. So I almost said Trek. I almost got kicked off the internet. It have booted my ass. So, all right.
Made that joke on 30 Rock that we watched today.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, and it has Charlie Day in it. Very, very true. So, all right. So, hey, we got the Mighty Mugs also coming out from Hasbro. I think some of these really do apply nicely. Some of them don't. I think when they originally did Mighty Mugs, it was on that one basic body. You remember those from years ago? Like 10 years ago. Yeah. But it was at the time where that's what everyone was doing, where Kid Robot was doing that. It was the one figure. I think
you have one of them like that, right?
No, we have the Leia Mighty. That's the new ones.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm talking about the old ones where it was just kind of the domed head, no hair piece. These new ones, you push the top, and there we go. So you push the top of the head, and the face will spin to different facial expressions. I think the Maz Kanata.
Our daughter loves this.
Oh, she goes nuts for that thing.
We have a Rey and a Chewbacca.
Rey, Chewbacca, and Leia. There's also Kylo Ren, Luke Skywalker, and Darth Vader, but they're kind of just the...
But she loves Princess Leia so much.
Yeah, and it's kind of like we didn't push it on her, which is the weird part. So, the Phasma, what I really like is one of her faces has the broken eye, and it's the Rebel Scum portion, which I think is the best, like, might be one of my favorite moments in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I'm putting it on the level of, like, if I had to make a top 5... It's like number 5, and that's behind Luke staring at the double suns and all those things.
Yeah.
Rebel Scum, to the moment of her death, and she knew she was going to die, she went out like hardcore. Just right as the thing's going, she's like giving her fingers, like double fingers all the way down into the abyss. Love it. Now, only if the other, one of my favorite action movie tropes is the, if she would have, like, as she's falling, like, shown, like, ha-ha, grenade pin, and then, like, something blew up. That would have made it better, but it would have been too much at that point. Because then you'd have to kill Finn, so...
Well, yeah, that.
So the Maz Kanata I like.
There's something weird about it.
It's this part. That's what's weird. If that wasn't there, the rest would be fine.
The part over the nose isn't great either.
Yeah, that's kind of a necessary evil, and I think the sides aren't. So it's where the... You push it down, and it has the glasses with the rings. So the first one is the giant kind of googly eyes, the Sophia from Golden Girls eyes. Then there's the regular eyes, and then there's my favorite, which is, why are you here? Skeptical eyes. I absolutely love this figure. We gotta get this. Maz Kanata is great in all situations.
So the Snowplow go out.
The 3PO kind of sucks. I don't like it. It's just bugh. It looks like he's wearing a helmet. Whereas the other, like, when you look at the Phasma kind of has this feeling like it looks like it's made to be like that, and it just looks forced. All right, so the thing Mommy T here wants more than anything here. I'll turn the camera on, maybe you can see it. Oh, pictures of my butt. So this is the new Chewbacca.
I'm really excited about that.
It's like a talks Wookiee. You can talk to it. You can tickle it. You can play with the thing.
I'm excited to play with that with our daughter.
Yeah, that's going to be really good.
She loves Chewbacca so much.
Yeah, she calls him Baka. If we ever put the Chewbacca pajamas on her, like, they can't come off.
You can't put the Chewbacca pajamas on her before, like, the night before you need to go someplace.
Yeah, because the next day she's going to be Chewbacca at, like, a funeral.
Because they're not coming off.
No, that's a fight we're not having. So if Chewbacca ever shows up at your funeral, know that it's probably my daughter.
Sorry.
Actually, for our trip to Disney, we were planning out all of our costumes, and we figured out that I found a onesie, a Chewbacca onesie. I've been trying to figure out with Nikki from Toy Pizza, if Chewbacca could wear a pair of Nikes, which Nikes would Chewbacca wear? And then I'm going to get those Nikes.
If there's anyone to ask.
That's who you got to, or Pierre.
True.
Pierre would be the other person I would refer to. So anyway, this thing's going to be $130. and I like it. I think that it's really cool, but at that price point, it really limits play to a very specific set of people. Not everyone's going to spend $130 on this beautiful piece of engineering, but it's just
so. From what you've told me about it, it's going to be. You compared it to the Elmo that we have. Mm-hmm. So it's going to have like an app control.
I believe it's going to have app control. They have a whole video of this over on Hasbro. Definitely go look into it a little bit more. But this thing it is really cool. I don't know if it's made by Sphero, which I think is owned by Hasbro anyway. At $130, I like it, but it's a lot. I would prefer, as a dad who has fun with his kid, for that amount of money, aside from the amount of things we can do with $130, she would be just as happy with the Chewbacca mask. Our daughter is afraid of it, but she's also too.
She's getting into it now. She was at
first. Originally, she's freaked out when you go to talk to her. Yeah. No, it's a really cool piece, and it's $15.
It's so great.
It's awesome. The second I saw it, I was like, "This is the best toy I've ever seen."
That is the first thing you bought for our daughter.
It is. It is. I think it's the best toy, one of the best toys ever created.
I was like 4 months pregnant, and he came home and he said, "This is for the baby."
It is. And one day you're gonna come home, and she's gonna be wearing her Chewbacca costume and that Chewbacca mask, and I'm gonna go, "Worth it. It is worth that old lady who I had to punch in the face, try to reach for my Chewbacca mask. Get out of here." Baby T's on the line.
Oh.
So, what else do we have here in Hasbro? There's going to be a Han Solo blaster, hip hip hooray. Oh, so I found out these are 3 3/4. They are going to be retro style Star Wars figures, but I thought originally they were going to be 6-inch, and they'd just be rehashes of some old ones, being the Jyn Erso, the Snoke, and the Kylo Ren. Turns out they are not. They are 3 3/4, which means they are rehashes of the Jyn, the Kylo Ren, and it's just different ones. Also the Rey and the Stormtrooper. And the Riot Trooper. They're just re-releasing figures. It's what Hasbro does. I'm kind of getting sick of it, which is why I also haven't really been diving in on anything.
It seems like they put out a lot of the same ones.
They do quite a bit. So these are going to be also, they're going to do the Galactic Hero size. Or I'm sorry, the, not Galactic Hero. These are the heroic scale, whatever. They're the 12-inch, 5-point of articulations, and they're making those for Han Solo.
I don't love those.
Nah, they're okay. They're just, the Chewbacca's alright, but it's just a rehash. It's just a re-release from the 4 Chewbaccas they've released before. It's always the same Chewbacca.
They feel like they're made for little kids, but then they're like, why wouldn't you just give the little kid a better toy?
Do you hate your child?
Like, they cost the same.
Yeah, so why would you give them a piece of crap?
Yeah.
Yep, because people are stupid idiots. I think I say that at least 5 times a day, so I don't know.
We give we're very lucky. Our child does not put anything in her mouth.
Yes, we are very lucky in that sense. So she can play with a lot of toys.
So that does open things up a bit. For a 2-year-old, there's some 2-year-olds you still need to be very aware of
you have to stand next to them while they have anything.
But we're very lucky in that regard. And she plays with whatever toy we give her.
Yeah, whatever kind of goes into her. So, all right, guys, we're going to fire through a bunch of these pops. I'm just going to kind of name off. If you hear any ones you like, we're just going to kind of roll through some of the better ones. There's going to be a Coming to America line, which I'm actually pretty excited for.
I can't even believe the licenses.
They are crazy this year. They just went off the rails. They're like, we're going to make all of it. They're like, we went Gossip Girl is the line this year. So there's going to be Coming to America. There's going to be Akeem in a McDowell's outfit. There's Randy Jackson. Randy Watson of Sexual Chocolate. There's going to be that whole line of things. There's the King of Zamunda. There are going to be a few chases. The new Stranger Things line, which I like because it's going to be season 2. So you have Steve in the bandana, which you don't know about because you haven't watched season 2 yet. They go into the Upside Down and they wear these bandanas. It's really cool. That's another
thing I need to do. Watch that.
Really cool episode. I really like Steve in this season, the boyfriend of the older sister. Also, there's a Vampire Bob that is going to be exclusive to, I think it was Hot Topic. Bob is Sean Austin's character, and this is all taking place during Halloween. He's one of the best characters in a long time that I've seen on TV, actually. So there's a Weird Al Yankovic line coming out. That Weird Al line is actually going to have a normal version, and then the fat version from the fat video.
The accordion one is cool.
It is. I really do like it. So for WWE Pops, the ones that they had revealed so far are a white Shawn Michaels from, I believe it's WrestleMania 24, and then also 2 different Jake the Snake Roberts. So there's, I think it was a blue tights and a green tights. There's going to be a one that I'm surprised hasn't been a thing yet, the Princess Bride with Inigo Montoya, Chase Wesley with the mask on, 2 different Buttercups. I believe one's going to be Flock, the other one won't be, and then Inigo Montoya. There's a Mr. Rogers series that'll be coming around. That's going to be pretty funny. He comes with the trolley. There's going to be different versions with the different colored...
it's really cute.
He's got the different colored cardigans because he does the change with the shoes. Who
That
else?
trolley, that gets all play in our house too.
Doug. I like it. It's Disney's Doug, but it's the same thing. It's Nickelodeon's Doug. Regular Doug, Patty Mayonnaise, and Pork Chop are your regular figures. Toys R Us exclusive is a Quail Man. Hot Topic exclusive is Quail Dog, and the limited chase is Pork Chop in the Flocked. And it's late. This is what it's like to do this. I don't think someone expected to be talking about Motley Crue Pops at midnight.
Motley Crue Pops.
Yep. So there is that said. Motley Crue Pops, guys, for those who didn't ask for it. So that's the Steve, the regular Steve.
That's cool.
Regular Steve is cool, and then the upside down where he's got the gray skin and the bandana over his face. There is I can't remember his name. He's the scumbag weirdo from season 2. My daughter, when her hair gets half wet, looks like this goon. So there's going to be Hopper, Sheriff Hopper, and he is going to be in the upside down with the wraps around his arms, all the vines around his arms. There is a
Rainbow Bright.
Rainbow Bright. We were just talking about this. I said, of all the things, why isn't there that? It's perfect.
It seems like, well, obviously they've done so many licenses at this point. They are starting to hit the outskirts. The next photo in his stream was
son of a bitch.
It was very dirty, in a very punny way. Bobby is a great cook, and he spent time yesterday making this apple crisp, and he was telling me about it while I was at work, and I was so excited about it because it was he made a caramel for it, and it was
I did everything.
Whole process, and I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to eat this, because I was having a
terrible day, and so I
job.
make this thing. I go to pick up the damn tray. It's on a regular cookie tray, so one side of it's cool. So I figure, okay, the other side will be fine, and I go to pick it up. The burner was on, but on its lowest setting, so the other side of the tray was scalding hot. So I burned the hell out of my hand, and I dropped the damn apple crisp, shattered the tray all over it. So as I'm cleaning up this mess, and I'm mad, I see monstrous shards of... So I can't even go well, that part didn't touch the ground. Let me just take an apple from the top. No, there was glass.
No, you cannot eat glass.
It was glass.
You're not allowed to eat glass.
No, dude, I wanted to so bad. But so the next picture I flipped to is the picture of
he
just...
sent me a photo of it.
Defeat.
I was on my way to go pick up our daughter to come home, and he sends me a picture of just apple crisp all over the kitchen floor with pieces of glass sticking out everywhere.
So next on the damn list is these It figures. They're going to be the 5-inch, 9-point of articulation, kind of lo-fi-ish figures. They have kicked it up a little bit and the detailing. They're going to come in 3 packs, it seems. I don't remember all the names of all the kids. Each pack's going to have one version of It.
I just don't really know why you want that in your house.
There's a standard version of
terrifying.
It with, I believe the kid's name is Georgie, the one who gets his arm taken off. So there's a version of him in just complete, I guess. No ripped off arm and the yellow coat. He also comes with the red balloon, the sailboat. Then there's another, the Nerds or the Losers Club. Each figure is kind of represented here. You have Pennywise with mantis arms and 2 figures, and then Pennywise with the severed arm and this demon face. Mommy T cannot even look at the screen. Just can't even...
I'm not a horror movie fan.
No,
I've never been. And I actually don't really have a anti-clown thing like a lot of people do, but it's just like creepy.
Yeah, no, it's not for me. So another figure line of figures, non Funko, but definitely important right now. Haim Sabin did not re-sign with Bandai to make action figures for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That is going to Hasbro, which is insane because that partnership's been in place for like 40 years. So for that to break down is crazy.
Seems to represent a change in what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of talking out of turn. I'm really not an expert on this stuff, but I hear my husband talk about it all the time. It seems to me like the Bandai figures were very high end.
Some of them were. You got to remember, Bandai ranges from the smallest rinky-dink piece of garbage all the way to the SH figures.
They made all of them?
All of it.
Oh, okay.
So everything in between is made. So right now on my screen I have the new SH Figure Arts figures for the Red and Green Rangers with the Tommy and Jason heads 3D printed or something on these. They look really good. So the likeness is spot on. But it pisses me off because as a guy who already has them, this is just the gimmick to try to get you to buy them one more time. So, I don't know. They're cool, but I don't think they're that cool. The removable helmet is pretty sweet.
Cool.
I like it, but I don't know. Given the option of two of those or what's behind them.
Are they truly removable helmets or are they a head trade-off?
It's probably a head trade-off. It's usually a head trade-off.
Because removable helmet's really hard.
Removable helmet would be like a bulky...
Right, they'd have to make it huge or the head's too small.
They look like Lord Helmet from Spaceballs? They look like Rick Moranis. So, going back into Pops, we have from Monsters, Inc., there's going to be Roz and the sushi chef from Harryhausen's, which is awesome, the octopus. There's going to be a Sully and Boo, also a Mike Wazowski, and the Chase Sully is Blue Flocked, which I love. It's going to be so good. The Moana Pops, Series 2 Moana Pops, which we got very excited about when we saw.
Well, they make a Tafiti, and Tafiti is probably, I just think is such a cool character.
Yeah, the end of that movie is amazing. Yeah. Like, if we had Martin here right now, he'd be like, oh, Moana! Like, right now, we just mentioned he's probably at home, like,
I was singing it with her in the bathtub today when she's taking her bath. Singing her all the songs from it. We love it. We just can't get enough of that movie. But there's, her in her headdress. Yeah,
there's going to be Princess, I guess, Royal Robes Moana, I guess. She's got the headdress and everything. There's the Tafiti. Then there is what I think should be a 6-inch, and I think the Tafiti should also be a 6-inch. This should be mostly a 6-inch line. There's a lot of good pieces here that need to be big, which is the Taka. So you have the giant lava monster.
Yeah.
And she looks great. I think the base is cool. Everything about it. It's got a really good action holding the fireball. The grandmother figure, which I know you'll be very excited to get.
I like the grandmother figure.
And then Tamatoa. Gotta get Tamatoa. Another one just should be a 6-inch. Should be a giant, as big as you can make that.
He's such a cool character. I bet they'll make one of the versions of it that's all the glittered.
See, now that would be really, really good because they've been really bad at that. And actually, it should be.
But this
chromed.
one actually makes sense.
Yeah, chromed would be much better.
Yeah.
Like a chromed shell. So, for those who haven't seen Moana, stop it and go see it. Just go. It's enough. Oh, there's also a pool with the hey sitting on the head.
Yeah, that's cute.
So for staying with Disney and Funko, there's going to be a Lock, Shock, and Barrel, which we had talked about in one of our wants videos. It's going to be a diorama of Aladdin with the genie and on a Jeopardy set, apparently. It's Aladdin's First Wish.
Oh, okay.
There's going to be some Dorbs of Winnie the Pooh. There's going to be a flocked one in there.
Those are cute.
So you got Winnie, Tigger, 2 different Eeyores in a blue variant and a gray variant. There's a Piglet, Flock Tigger, Flock Pooh, Pooh with the honey on the head, which seems to be, that's a Walgreens exclusive. Going back to Walgreens again, check your discount racks at Walgreens. For our rides, we have Hercules on Pegasus. There's going to be a whole Hercules line, and there's going to be glow-in-the-dark ones. So cool. Those glow-in-the-darks, I don't know if they're going to be chases or exclusives. I don't know that. It's probably been announced, but I don't know that. So it's everyone you think is going to be there. The Hades
Yeah.
looks really, really cool. I think there's going to be a glow in the dark on the Hades also.
You like that movie a lot, right?
Yeah, Hercules was good. Okay, so the glow in the dark will be a Hot Topic exclusive.
Cool.
So hey, it's James Woods, this crazy son of a bitch. There is going to be a Wrinkle in Time movie coming out. So they do have Miss Witch. See, as you can see him here, there's Miss Witch, Miss Who, and Miss Whatsit, Mrs. Whatsit from the Wrinkle in Time. Those are going to also come in a 3-pack and a glittery version. Doug again, Doug again, Doug again. I looked at Doug a lot.
Well, they're cool.
So there's a new game for Marvel. They announced a bunch of it. I don't know if it's a mobile game or a console game. I didn't pay enough attention. I just saw the Hulk and liked the Hulk. I don't know why they don't make every Hulk in the 6-inch scale. Kind of bugs me. So there's going to be a Black Panther 2-pack in the white gear and black gear. Looks pretty good, whatever. The one Mommy T here will be excited for. So mid-March, we're getting all of the Jurassic Park Pops. And there's going to be Sexy Goldblum and Nedry. And I'm very excited for all of these. But there's also going to be the Jurassic World sequel. And we'll get the January Jones figure and the... I just call it... Bryce Howard. That's what I call her, January Jones.
Yeah.
It's not the
no,
same.
not the same.
And
Chris Pratt.
And Chris Pratt's figure, which I love. It honestly looks like an Uncharted.
Yeah,
like
it looks really
different
cool.
Uncharted.
I like the outfit and the.
And then we'll be getting a blue Raptor. The blue with the blue streak piece looks really, really great.
Looks good.
More of that nightmare. Let's see. We'll skip through those. Oh, so there's going to be some It plush, bloody plush. No.
It's really weird
Bunch of
that
It
they
Pops.
have so much merchandising for it.
So there's also going to be... Oh, good. Chris saw Black Panther last night. I do want to see it. Of all the ones that are out there, it is one of the ones I'd like to see. So there's going to be Nick Afternoons, Nick Toons, for the Blind Bag Mystery Minis.
Mm-hmm.
My problem is I like half of these and not the other half. I don't care about Wild Thornberries, Angry Beavers, Cat Dog.
Yeah.
But I like the Rugrats, the Rocko's Modern Life, the Real Monsters, Ren and Stimpy. But the rest are, so who really cares, you know?
Yeah.
There'll be exclusives. I believe it's Hot Topic will have Heifer, the Purple Monster, and then Helga with the unibrow there. Reptar is going to be a Walgreens exclusive, which I think is really, really cool.
I like that.
And Powdered Toast Man, I think, was going to be Target or somewhere. There's going to be 3 sets of exclusives. For Dorbs, you have a Reptar and Rocco, Ren and Stimpy, and that's pretty much that. Rainbow Bread. Pickle Rick plush, because you got to make Pickle Rick everything, apparently.
Is this going to be a plush pickle?
And it looks like it's going to be about that big, so for, I guess, people who need plush pickles. All right. They have the Hellboy license, and I love Hellboy. I love these vinyls.
Yeah.
And I think I like them more
cool.
than I like the Pops, truthfully. They're also making Dorbs. There's going to be a glow-in-the-dark version of Abe Sapien and the regular Dorb version. Then for Hellboy, there's a horned and unhorned. Then a 2-pack of vinyls of Abe Sapien and Hellboy. Those I do like, so...
This is Coming to America.
We're Coming to America, yeah. So there's a gold Akeem.
They're really corny.
They are so corny, but the Akeem, he comes with the mop. That's just great.
Yeah.
It is great that they're doing the Randy Watson. Oh, the Grease ones.
Grease ones, right.
So, much to Martin's chagrin, there is... you want to say it? You guys say it.
Tell me about it, stud.
That's right. And that happens. She's wearing all black and he's wearing a cardigan. So that's kind of...
That is funny.
It's kind of we're looking at it here on the screen, actually. There's going to be Greaser Danny and Schoolgirl version of Sandy, and then Bad Girl Sandy and Schoolboy version of Danny.
No, that's kind of fun.
There's Super Troopers, which I do think is great. There's the Maple Syrup Ramathorn. I love that. The Farva with the spilled liter cola, and then the bulletproof jockstrap version. I love it. All right. Oh, there's that. All right, so there's going to be a coming up Pee-wee's Pee-wee's Playhouse again. They were like, what are all of the licenses that we can
That's
make?
what I mean. Like, they're on, like, the outskirts of licensing now.
Oh, they're going nuts. They're just, like, buying it all. It's, hey, throw it at the wall. Something's going to stick.
It's kind of just amazing. Like, I mean, do they employ everybody right now? How are they making so much?
3D printing and testing the market by putting out stuff like this. What we're looking at, what we're seeing, what Funko really showed, wasn't a lot of hard product. A lot of what they do is 3D printing, and they do it over in China. So they'll put out the idea that, look, Pee-wee's Playhouse stuff, and test the reaction, and then go, okay, we only have to make 10,000 instead of 20,000. And they're not beholden to any of this, because at any moment, all they have to say is, make that file, and then it pops out, and then they make it. So they're really good, and you can make damn near anything in 5 minutes when you pop the damn thing. Like, it's not really that complicated. So, yeah, and when you're a publicly traded company that's actually starting to finally... They came out at 712, dropped to 410, 415, and they're back up to 717 today. So, they're going back up. Toy Fair will do that for you.
What I think is interesting about that, though, is that it seems like when they first came out, they were a lot of exactly the same head and body.
Well, they've got so far away from that.
And so now a lot of them are so custom that it's not really true that they can just, like, have them ready to go.
Well, you have digital editors, you have digital artists, and then you change that into a 3D file and send it over to them. China can pop out anything fast. You know, it's just the kind of the reality of the situation here. So, that said, Pee-wee Herman has a pop now. He's holding the word of the day, which is fun, with Miss Yvonne, a.k.a. Charlie Day's mom. And I saw an episode of Pee-wee's Playhouse, and she came in, and I'm like, that's Charlie Day's mom.
So funny.
So, and then, Cherry and Terry come together, I'm assuming, in a 2-pack. That's actually kind of cool. It'd be great if the Cherry was a 6-inch, so then you can seat them in there. Have them actually sit on it. There's going to be SNL Pops. I'm weirdly kind of like this.
I mean, some of them I love. I have a soft spot in my heart for Stefan.
Yeah, so there's a Stefan, played by Bill Hader. That's going to be one of the regular figures. I don't know to say it's a chase or an exclusive. That we don't really know. Oh, it's not.
It doesn't look like it is.
So there's going to be the Dick in a Box guys as a 2-pack.
Which are really funny.
There is the Will Ferrell as the Needs More Cowbell from the Blue Oyster Cult. Then a David S. Pumpkins, which I love. I know that is a love-or-hate sketch, and I'm on the love side of it.
And I get it. I think it's funny, and I think that it will be a recurring sketch, but it's a not yet. Really.
It's a what?
A recurring sketch. I think it, like...
No, David S. Pumpkins has appeared 2 times after that sketch.
Yeah, but not in the way that, like, Stefan has.
No, Stefan was a consistent... It's only when Tom Hanks is around. You know, it's not like it's not a character who's there every week.
But, I mean, so they have and then they have the variants as chases. Yeah,
so the variants that's going to be a 3-pack.
Oh, okay.
It's a limited edition glow-in-the-dark 3-pack. It may be a Funko.com.
With the skeleton backup dancers.
The 2 skeleton backup dancers, which is Bobby Moynihan. So one dancer is thicker and the other one is a little thin dude. Cool. So I really do like that too. David S. Pumpkins. It's so dumb.
It is dumb, but it's funny. I mean...
Yeah. So... Now, there's going to be some more Game of Thrones. We have what appears to be an Onion Knight. Why did I just forget his name?
I'm terrible with the names on that show. I love the show, but I just cannot remember any.
The Onion Knight. I just forgot the name. Anyway, there's a Jon Snow, and then 2 different... a Cersei in her winter coat, and then Daenerys Targaryen sitting on her throne at Dragonstone.
That coat is cool.
The coat is really cool. So... The next line, what the hell, my mouse is not doing it, is going to be the Ready Player One stuff. That is awesome. Like, reading something so long ago and it's finally coming around. I mean,
we did read that a long time ago. We read that when I was pregnant with our daughter.
Jeez.
So...
It's been a while.
So, I mean, when you think about how long ago that was...
To finally see stuff coming from it.
To actually see it, right? Because, I mean, you kind of imagine it one way.
Mm-hmm. So we have, from this line, there's going to be And these are all versions of them so far in the Oasis, not the real world versions of them.
Right.
So we have Parsifal, Wild,
H.
is Artemis, H, Dido and Show, and an IOI Sixer, the bad guy, which I just totally spaced his name, and IROC, who I think is really cool. If you notice on all the stuff for IROC, they have had these holes in the chest.
Yeah.
You can see through the holes,
That's
guaranteed. So the IOI Sixer is cool. I like the green line, which I like the green. But really gets me is the Iron Giant, which makes me excited because I know they're going so crazy with licenses on this that you're going to be able to see a lot of stuff from a lot of people because of it. So
it's true when you're talking about like what license to buy for a value. Ready Player One is like your best value ever for a license.
For the longest time, I actually said that the best license is Back to the Future 2. And it's because you get all of the outfits from Back to the Future 1, all of the outfits from Back to the Future 3 for the most part, because the trailer at the end of the movie counts, and when you sign the contract, you get everything you see in that trailer. I know this because when I was at Art Asylum, we did that, and we took advantage of everything we could. Because
but Ready Player One's even beyond that.
It's beyond. It's beyond the pale. It's everything.
So many different things.
Oh man, and like just to see the Iron Giant got me excited. So
I can't believe that they've. I mean, I haven't actually seen that much about it, but have they been able to really keep that pretty true to the book?
For the most part, there's a lot of stuff, but not everything.
I'd imagine that they'd have to get rights for stuff.
For a lot of things, but they did a good job with what we've seen so far. So exclusive-wise, we have a Hot Topic exclusive of a stone-looking Parsifal at Walmart. It's going to be the same one, but in an antique kind of bronze. There's going to be a Artemis at GameStop. It's a bronzed Artemis. Then a Jade IOI, and then a glow-in-the-dark clear Jade IOI, and that guy's available at Walmart. So they're going to have you running all over the place trying to get these damn things. MLB Pops, whatever. These are the ones I was saying, the WWEs. Who cares about that stuff? Oh, there's going to be a Lara Croft.
And not a, like, tank top and shorts Lara Croft.
No, this is the real deal.
Like what you see in the video game now.
Yeah, she looks really good. She's got the ice pick and the handgun.
I do love those games.
Yeah, you played the hell out of those things. Let's see. I think that's it. I think we got to the end of Funko. That was an insane amount of Funko. And I haven't even scratched the surface. There's even more than that, which is even crazier. So, I think we went through almost everything. Let's see.
Every season. We haven't talked about
Funko,
what we're
Hasbro.
watching.
What's that?
Haven't talked about what we're watching.
We have not talked. What are you watching?
Mostly Olympics.
Yeah. Quite a bit of Olympics as our daughter ice skates around the living room.
It's so funny. We watched the skeleton earlier today. That's scary. I love it. I love watching that stuff like that, though. It's fun.
All right. Oh, yeah. All right. So jump over to the chat real quick. Chris says, I'd love to see a 2-pack of Sherry O'Terry and Will Ferrell as the cheerleaders.
Oh, that would be awesome. The Spartans,
We got a season 2. There can always be a series 2. If we got one Will Ferrell, we could get a second Will Ferrell. That makes sense.
True.
I would like to see a 2-pack of Anna Gasteyer and Molly Shannon.
Oh, yeah.
And the
music
NPR. The NPR Shveddy Balls playset.
Yeah.
Like that kind of layout would I think would be pretty good if you're going to do a diorama. Let's see. Davos. Oh, Davos Seaworth. That's
the Onion Knight.
That's the Onion Knight. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Martin, I want that Iron Giant. I love Stefan